Hi everyone, this is Lara Hammock from the Marble Jar channel, and in today's video I will share my step-by-step process that I am using to learn to sing harmony on the fly. This is the second of a two-part series. So in my last video I shared the three components of learning that I have applied to learning to sing harmony spontaneously. Consistency, I dedicate an hour per weekday to this learning process. Training, I downloaded an online course that I'm working through, and practice. After I learn a concept from the training, I practice it exhaustively until I can hear and sing that harmony with practically any song. So, what happens if I cannot find the harmony and I need help? This is true for me in portions of almost every song, even songs that are relatively straightforward. Intellectually, I understand how to find the harmony based on the training. So in the concept that I'm learning now, since it's generally just a third up or a third down from the melody line, but there are times that my ear just is not hearing that. So here's what I do. For this process, having a keyboard or a piano would be best. My keyboard is currently out on loan, so I started out by using this piano app on my iPad. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. Several weeks in, I found myself feeling really limited by the range of the iPad app, and I purchased this amazing fold-up piano for just over 50 bucks. I will provide the link below, but it has 61 keys and it folds up into almost nothing, like this size. I wouldn't want to perform a concert piece on it, but it is more or less perfect for my limited needs. So here's what I do. First of all, I find the lyrics to the song that I'm practicing. So for say example, I'm learning harmony for the Star Spangled Banner. I search for the lyrics and I paste them into a note. I use Evernote for this. Next, I then plunk out the melody on the keyboard and I write down the notes above the lyrics for at least one refrain and one chorus. I do this using just alphabetical notation, but you could do this in musical notation if you are good at that and you find it more helpful. This is tedious, but it is necessary when you are starting out. If you happen to have sheet music to the song that you're working on, that eliminates some of these steps. Okay, so this next step requires a little music theory, but not much. I have to figure out the key that the song is written in. And so now that I've written down the notes that are used to the song, this should be relatively simple. One cheat that I learned is that songs tend to end on the tonic note, or the note that names the scale. So if a song ends on C, in most cases the song is actually written in the key of C. You have to know the key in order to work out the harmony line, since notes that are not in the key will be too dissonant for good harmony. So once I've determined the key, I actually will put little stickers on the piano keys to help me remember which notes are in the key and which aren't. This is mostly because I got sick of playing the wrong notes and is a nice handicap for my aging brain. I use these stickers that are only slightly sticky so that I can remove them and replace them for the next song. For example, here are the notes for this song. It looks like it uses 3 sharps, which you may already know, or you can already always do a Google search. That means that it's in the key of A. And here is my keyboard with all of the notes in my key marked out with my stickers. So once I have the notes and I have the key, I can play the melody line on my keyboard and I can attempt to sing harmony with that. It is generally easier for me to hear the correct notes to sing when I'm playing on the piano, since there is less going on. Or I can figure out the harmony by going a third above or a third below the melody notes and determine which notes I happen to be singing wrong. The stickers make that easier to find the third above. It's just 2 notes above the melody in the key, or a third below, just 2 notes down, also in the key. It is a bit painstaking, but as my ear has become more trained, I'm making fewer mistakes and the harmony is coming much easier. Once I can sing it all the way through with the piano, I sing with the original music. So it's definitely harder to find harmony with the original music. So many times I'll have to stop at certain points and make sure that I am singing the right notes by plunking it out on my keyboard. I try to sing the entire song through without errors several times before going on to another song. Then the next day I'm going to sing this song again, since I may have lost some of that harmony during the short break. I still go back and sing some of my earliest songs just for fun or while driving to make sure I'm still hearing those harmonizing notes. If you are working with sheet music, I try to find a recording of the song that is as straightforward as possible. So for example, I'm working on Christmas carols from sheet music, but then I'll try to find a traditional choir version of that song. If I try to harmonize with individual artists, sometimes their improvising is just too complicated to comfortably sing harmony with. More advanced. So now that I've been doing this for a couple of months and I'm hearing the harmony more easily right away, I don't really have to do all of those steps that I listed above. I really like the Apple Music interface on the iPhone for this, since they have the lyrics to most songs that scroll as the song is playing. So I play the song, and when I expand the screen, I can hit this icon right here to see all of the lyrics. And it is really nice that the lyrics line up with the music that is as it's playing, kind of like a karaoke app. In addition, if you need to work on the harmony of a particular part of a song, you can just hit the lyrics for that and it will go back to that portion without having to deal with a teeny tiny rewind and forward controls. That said, and I just learned this, if you pull the controls up, you can make more granular adjustments to fast forward and rewind in smaller increments. So now I will sing through the song with the original music, note the parts that I have trouble with, figure out the key on my keyboard, and just work on those specific portions without having to write everything down. In addition, now that I've been doing this a while, I find it more instructive sometimes to note the scale degrees rather than the notes. So for a song in the key of C, instead of writing C, E, G, I would write the scale degrees 1, 3, 5. So this is more instructive to me, since I found that I have more trouble with specific scales degrees like 5 to 7. So I've also started keeping a Trello board to keep track of my progress with this project. So the first list in my Trello board is the Herr Galt's workshops, parts 1 through 5. I have checklists within each card to check off which lessons I've already completed. Then the next list is a list of songs that I'm working on. Once I've mastered them, I drag and drop them over to this list, which contains all of the songs that I can sing harmony to all the way through with no screw-ups. Then I have a list for songs that I have tried out but are a little above my ability level. And finally, a list of song ideas that I would like to try and other resources. So right now, I am mostly practicing what I've learned so far from Saher's workshop with songs that I've always wanted to learn harmony to. Once I feel like I can really, I have the hang of doing harmony a third up and a third down, I will return to his workshop and learn some additional harmonizing techniques and then use those ideas to practice them more. I don't need to be an expert at this. I just want to be able to sing harmony spontaneously and confidently. I'm finding the third up harmony to be easier for me to hear since I'm trained as a first soprano. My daughter, who's an alto 1 or soprano 2, finds the third down easier to hear and find. In addition, there are some intervals that are really tricky for me to hear and sing regularly. As I said before, I'm thinking specifically of the 5th to 7th interval. So I'm learning to improvise a bit on those notes as well. You can do whatever works for you. For those of you who are like me, who have always thought of this as a mountain that might be just too high to climb, doing it a little at a time like this is working well and is surprisingly satisfying. In just a week or two, I was confidently singing harmony to songs that I've always wanted to learn. After a couple of months, I'm now picking out the harmony spontaneously to brand new songs, and I now know how to slow things down when I lose track to figure out where things went wrong. Let me know what you think. Comments are always appreciated, and thanks for watching.